Everyone, today we're going to be learning about the 3 forms of matter and the 4 different processes that change them. Now, before we get started, I passed out 2 different sheets of paper to everybody before we started, and I want you to hold up the one that says word bank. I'm going to wait until everybody is showing me their word bank. This is what your word bank should look like. We're going to say these words together really quick, and then we're going to go over the rest of the word bank. Evaporation, condensation, freezing, melting, solid, liquid, and gas. You're probably wondering why there are so many blank spaces on your word bank. Those spaces are for you. They're yours. If you ever get confused during the lesson about a word or a phrase, I want you to write it in your word bank. If you don't fill up all the spaces, that's okay. If you fill up all the spaces, that's okay too. If you fill up all the spaces and you still need space, that's fine. You can write in the margins, or you can flip the paper over and you can write on the back. All right. In this lesson, we're going to be using H2O, or water, as our example. All right. These are our 3 forms of matter. We have a solid, a liquid, and a gas. We're going to say that again all together. A solid, a liquid, and a gas. First, we have a solid. Can anybody give me an example of a solid?
A penny.
A penny. That's a great example of a solid. A solid has a definite shape. So let's say that I put a penny inside a cup. Would the penny become cup-shaped, or would it stay a penny shape? It would stay a penny shape. So that's what this means. This means that all of these molecules are going to stay the same shape the whole time. All right. On the other hand, we have a liquid and a gas. If you pour water from your water bottle into a cup, is it going to stay water bottle shaped? No, it's going to turn cup shaped. And if you blow into a balloon, the gas that's in your mouth is going to go into the balloon. Is it going to stay the shape of your mouth? No, it's going to shape like the balloon. I'm sure that at least some of you have heard of at least one of these, but a few of them are going to be a little new to us. All right, this is an example of our 3 forms of matter in beakers. When we put our cube, that's our solid, in a beaker, it stays cube-shaped. When we put our liquid in our beaker, it forms to the shape of the beaker, and the air expands to fill the beaker. This is basically the same thing, except for now it's showing you in molecules. This is what the molecules of your solid, your liquid, and your gas are going to look like. These are the processes that change matter: evaporation, condensation, freezing, and melting. All right, these are visuals of our examples. So we start with our liquid right in this pot, and then it gets hot and it turns to steam. That's evaporation. Condensation is the air reacting with temperature and creating water molecules. That's condensation. Freezing starts with a liquid and reacts to the temperature and turns to a solid. Melting starts with a solid, reacts with the temperature, and turns to a liquid. Now, we're going to make a hypothesis. I want you to copy this down in your journal. You're going to start with if, and then you're going to leave a big space, occurs, comma, then a space becomes a space, period. I'll give you a minute to write that down in your notebook. I want thumbs up when we're done. All right. Our hypothesis is going to look like this. Process is going to go here. Let's take one of our processes, melting. Let's take that one. So if melting occurs, then start with a solid, becomes a what? A liquid. I don't want you to write this down. I just want you to have that as their sentence stem for the future when we look back on it, when we learn about the scientific method. All right, we are gonna do the same thing. It's just gonna be a little bit different. I want you to grab that worksheet, that second piece of paper, and it's gonna look like this. All right, and thumbs up when everybody's ready. Awesome job. All right, we're gonna go over this together, and then we're gonna glue it in our notebooks so we can look back at it when we need it. All right, so if you don't know how to spell the different processes, you have your word bank to reference. You have your word bank to look at when you need it. All right, we're gonna start with a liquid. So what is going to turn a liquid into a gas? Evaporation. So I want everybody to write down evaporation in this space. Nice job.